For decades, some of the most notorious criminals believed they had a foolproof plan. Wait for witnesses to forget, for evidence to degrade, for investigators to move on. They thought time was their greatest ally. But then, in 2018, everything changed. The game was over. This is the story of how one groundbreaking technique cracked cases that had been frozen solid for years and shattered the confidence of killers who thought they'd gotten away with it. It's called forensic genetic genealogy, and it's the reason the infamous Golden State Killer, a man who terrorized California for over a decade, was finally identified and caught after 40 years of silence. Imagine the psychology of an offender like that. He lived a normal life, hiding in plain sight, convinced that the limitations of old technology were his permanent shield. He was counting on the system to fail. What he didn't count on was science making a giant leap forward. So how does it work? It's both simple and genius. Investigators take the DNA left at a crime scene, sometimes decades old, and upload it to public genealogy databases. These are the same sites people use to build their family trees. Now, they aren't looking for the suspect himself. They're looking for his relatives. A third cousin, a great-aunt, anyone who shares a piece of that same genetic code. Once they get a match, the real detective work begins. They start building a family tree, branching out from that distant relative. They trace descendants, cross-reference public records like birth certificates, marriage licenses, and obituaries. They are essentially reverse engineering a family history to find where the suspect fits. It's a painstaking process of elimination. Who was the right age? Who lived in the right area at the time of the crimes? Slowly, the massive family tree gets smaller and smaller, until it points to one or two likely individuals. From there, investigators can do traditional police work. They might collect a discarded item from the suspect, like a coffee cup or a napkin, to get a direct DNA sample. If it's a match to the crime scene DNA, they have their guy. This method completely rewrote the rules for cold cases. The psychological safety net that killers relied on, the idea that the past is the past, was ripped away. Suddenly, their own family history, their own bloodline, became the very thing that would expose them. It sends a powerful message. There's no expiration date on justice anymore. The clock is no longer on their side. Thanks to this incredible fusion of genetics and genealogy, investigators can now reach back in time and pull secrets out of the darkness.